Hey YouTube family, so today I'm going to share with you guys my I Quit Sugar journey, how that's going, cutting out all the sugar, and some tips and things I'm learning along the way. So hope it can be helpful to you. So here are my week 3 updates. Honestly, it was a little bit more challenging for me mentally and physically. Mentally, because we experienced a death in our family earlier this month, and just trying to navigate through that. That was pretty tough. And then physically, because for those of you who don't know, I was diagnosed with 3 autoimmune illnesses from a tick bite I had gotten about 1.5 years ago. And so some weeks are just tougher physically for me. And this past week in particular, I just felt really tired and not motivated. So it definitely affected my week. But all in all, I got through it. As far as my eating, I feel like it went pretty well. For those of you who not seen my week 1 video, I showed you guys different foods that I'm eating and kind of went into detail, but I pretty much stick to that same plan this week. And then with that, I also added a new snack, which was nice. So I take an almond flour tortilla, but I heat the almond flour tortilla up first just to make sure it's warm. And then I put some almond butter, a little bit of coconut oil, sprinkle some sea salt, some Celtic sea salt, or Himalayan, pink Himalayan salt is good too. And then I'll put a little bit of stevia and then the Ceylon cinnamon, which is a great superfood. And then I fold that tortilla in half, and that has been a nice addition for me as far as snacks. Thank you to the YouTuber who wrote me that comment about cinnamon being great for lowering inflammation, as well as a lot of other benefits. So I do Ceylon cinnamon in particular. That's a really good cinnamon to use. So I'm trying to incorporate that each day if I can as well. And speaking of incorporating certain foods every day, I'm still incorporating those 5 superfoods that I told you all about in week 1 update. So if you'd like to know which ones I'm doing, be sure to check out my week 1 video. But I'm really sticking to doing those 5 superfoods every day. I incorporate them like in my green drink or in my salad or just by itself. So I've been faithful in incorporating those superfoods, and then I added the Ceylon cinnamon to my list. So that's 6 superfoods that I'm doing every day to help me overall with my health. And also those things just help me just feel better. So if you're interested in knowing what those are, be sure to check out my week 1 update after this video. But other than that, I've been still doing chicken. I did some grass-fed beef this past week and salmon. And then I make a salad like every day. If you haven't seen the salad that I make, be sure to check out my week 1 update when I talked about all the ingredients I put in it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Also, I've still been doing nuts every day. Last week though, I got tired of eating the same nuts. I was doing a lot of pecans and a lot of walnuts, and I just got tired of them. So I had to get some different nuts to be able to, make it through. So I ended up getting some macadamia nuts and some hazelnuts, which I never buy hazelnuts. So that was different. And then I guess I'll have to make a confession. So over the weekend, I did buy some of my favorite snacks. They are gluten-free, dairy-free, and they don't have sugar in them per se, but they are weakness foods for me. And if I have them in too big of quantities, then it's a lot of carbs, which end up turning into sugar. So those 2 foods that I bought were cashews, raw cashews, and almond flour crackers. So, off the bat, you're like, what? That's not that bad. However, the portion amount that I have of those 2 snacks are a whole lot more than 1 serving. So the amount I had was a ton of carbs, and all those carbs turn into sugar. So I just had to, I enjoyed them over the weekend, but I said after this weekend, I'm gonna have to put those 2 weakness foods away. So I'm gonna just put them away and not bring them back out for a while, because that leads me to my next tip. If you have weakness foods that you just know, if you have them in the house, you're just going to eat too much of it, or it's not going to help you on your journey, don't buy them. Just don't buy them. Do yourself a favor. But, if you have to have them in your house, say you have a family and they have to eat these certain foods, then maybe ask someone in your family to keep you accountable to not eat them, or maybe they can put them in a place where they're not in your sight, so that way you don't get tempted to eat them. So yeah, I would just really try your best to not buy them, but if you have to have them in the house, just at least keep them out of sight, out of mind. So for the next few weeks, I'm just gonna really go back to just focusing on, you know, the vegetables, the salads, the meats, and then the nuts that I'm able to do portion control with and not overdo. So no cashews, those are out. And then almond crackers are out. So I'll probably just stick with like the macadamia nuts, hazelnuts, and then throw in some pecans. I'm kind of over the walnuts, so I probably won't do the walnuts for a while, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick to, you know, vegetables, salads, meats, and then my tortilla, the almond butter, coconut oil, that whole wrap thing. It's really good. It kind of reminds you of like a healthy version of a cinnamon roll. I know that kind of sounds funny. But overall, cutting out the sugar, like, you know, doing a no sugar diet, it's really been helping me mentally to just, you know, I committed to this. And so even though I have like rough weeks or rough days, I still got through it. You know, I had a little bit of a hiccup, but I set my mind to it. And this is really showing me that even though, you know, cutting out sugar is a hard thing to do, it's teaching you, you know, to strengthen that commitment level. It's teaching you to just push through in the midst of the hard stuff and not cave into emotional eating or eating a bunch of sugary junk just because you're not feeling well that day. So I really am thankful, you know, that this way of eating is really helping me in that regard to just stay committed even in the midst of the challenges that I go through each day. If you set your mind to it and you really, you know, you made your mind up, then it'll help you to get through those hard things and not just want to use sugar to help you feel better. You know, you can actually, you know, get through those tough things that you're dealing with, but not just emotional eat. And, you know, you can just stay on track, keep your health your priority in the midst of the hard things. So it's really showing me that, because like I said, cutting out sugar is not an easy thing to do, but you know, it's really just strengthening my mindset and just really helping me to stay committed to keeping my health priority, because I want to get healthy. I want to heal from all these illnesses. And in order to do that, I have to stay on track. So it's really teaching me that I can do that. And I'm thankful for that. Another thing I want to mention is if you find yourself, you know, really having a hard time just cutting out sugar cold turkey, I want to recommend that maybe you should take a step back and consider just cutting out things one at a time. So like if you were doing like a really high processed diet and you're eating all this sugar and then you're trying to cut out sugar altogether, that may be unrealistic for you. So if you find yourself, you know, starting up and then falling off and then starting up and then falling off, if you find yourself, you know, doing that, I would advise maybe start out like, say you drink a lot of soda or juices, maybe cut out all the sugary drinks and do that for like a week or two. And then once you get that down, maybe you can work on cutting out desserts. And then once you get that down for like a week or two, then you can work on cutting out sugary snacks. And then just each week or so, just adding another thing to it. And that way it's not going to be so drastic for you and you can actually, you know, be successful at it. The reason why I decided just to cut sugar out cold turkey was because, well, for health reasons. That was like my main reason, is for my health, to overcome these autoimmune illnesses. But the thing that made it a little bit easier for me was that I had already been on a gluten-free, dairy-free, and highly processed food-free diet for like the last 5 months prior to this. So I had already been cutting out a lot of stuff. So at that point, I was just like, well, what's one more thing? Might as well cut out the sugar next. So that's why it was a little bit easier for me to cut out sugar cold turkey. But at the same time, it wasn't fully easy because like I do miss my smoothies and my fruit and things like that. But I really want to heal. So my desire to heal is taking precedence over my desire for sugar. And so that's what's really keeping me going. But I also want to thank you all for, just helping me to be accountable. Putting these videos out there, I didn't know what to expect, but I just decided I was going to do it because I really needed to be accountable. And I knew that if I told everybody on YouTube and all those around me, it would be a lot less likely that I would get off track because I have to report to somebody. So I want to thank you all just for being there, being a good support for me during this journey. And I really hope that I can do the same for you. That leads to my next tip. If you are really needing accountability, please don't be shy. Write in the comments, the things that you're struggling with. If you need some help with something, or if you could use some tips on something, please don't be shy. Write those in the comments because I really read through those, and y'all are like helping me while I hope to be helping you. So anything you write in the comments, hopefully I can do a video on it, or, comment back on some things that have helped. But I want to be able to really make this a community so we can all do this together, so we can get healthy and reach our health and wellness goals together. Another thing I want to suggest is if you have anyone in your life that, you can trust to keep you accountable, then I would reach out to that person, or more than one person, that would be even better, a group of people even, but just tell them what you're trying to do, and, decide when you're gonna report to them, how you're doing each week or every day, however often you need to do it. But find those around you who can really help you and support you and keep you accountable, because I'm telling you, that accountability piece really, it's so necessary to being successful in the long run. So I would say the two pieces that have been really helping me to stay on this no sugar diet is, number one, setting my mind to it, making up my mind and saying, this is what I'm doing. And I have big whys of why I'm doing it. I don't want to be stuck in this situation of having 3 autoimmune illnesses and my health declining. I don't want to be stuck here. So I have to do it. It's like a life or death situation for me, because I don't want to have to get some major surgeries. I don't want to continue to decline in my health, and I feel like I have control over my health if I really put the work in it. And so I want to encourage you too. You have control over your health, and you can make those changes in order to get where you want to be, but it takes work. You have to be willing to set your mind to it. So that's the first thing that really is going to help you to stay on track, is setting your mind to it. The second thing that's really going to help you to stay on track is finding an accountability partner or a group to be accountable to, which is why, like I said, I reached out and told everybody on YouTube and my friends and family around me, so everybody knows what I'm doing. And that really helps me to stay on track. Why would I want to give everyone a bad report week after week? That would get old. So the accountability and setting my mind to it are the two biggest things. And they have nothing to do with what you eat. Isn't that funny? It has nothing to do with what you eat, but you got to get those two in check, and then the rest will follow as far as what to eat, what to cut out, and what to incorporate more of. Those are easier than the first two I mentioned. The first two are the hardest things, but the what to eat, that's a little easier, especially when you have someone to share different recipes. There's so many resources out there about, healthy recipes, sugar-free recipes, and just, there's so much out there to help you with that. So I hope this video was a help and encouragement to you to just keep pushing through. If you had a week where you kind of fell off, just get back up and keep working on it. You don't have to stay there. Just get up and start again, and really start working on the mindset piece, the accountability piece, the whys of why you're doing it. And I believe that's really going to help you to do this thing. Just don't give up. And so I want to just encourage you. I would like to know, what are the whys behind why you're doing this? If you can write in the comments, why are you doing it? Is it to heal from health issues? Is it for weight loss? Is it so you can feel better about yourself, or you can be able to be more active? I want to hear all the whys behind why you are doing this, why you're cutting out sugar, why you are trying to achieve this. And then, like I said earlier, I would love for you to also comment if there's any challenges that you're going through, if you have any questions, or if there are any topics that would be helpful for me to do a video on. Please don't be shy. Please comment and just let me know. And like I said, I read through all those comments, and I really want to just, support you all in the best way I can. If you enjoyed this video and or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That really would mean a lot to me. Not only does it help my videos and my channel to reach more people, but it also just puts a smile on my face because I know that what I'm putting out is actually helping and impacting you all enough to give it a thumbs up. So I appreciate that, every thumbs up and every comment, I really do appreciate. And finally, I want to invite you to join this community by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell. And that way you can continue to get videos like this to help you on your health and total wellness journey. I mean, why do it alone when you can be part of a community that's really going to support you and have similar goals, and we're on similar journeys, we can support each other. So with that being said, I hope you'll consider subscribing, and I truly hope this channel can really help you get on track with your health and your total wellness goals. Again, thank you for watching this video. I wish you much success on your week this week, and I will look forward to seeing you next week with some more updates for you. And in the meantime, if you haven't already watched the week 1 update, be sure to check that out now. Take care. I normally forget to mention this, but I am also on Instagram as well, at The Overcoming Woman. So I just wanted to invite you to follow me on there and be part of that community as well. So hope to see you there.